Good morning, everybody. I thought I would take a minute or two to talk with you about framing. Framing is difficult to spot. We are not really thinking about the package in which information is delivered to us, even though we've seen from the Lakoff article and some of our discussions how absolutely important our framing, our language use can be in how we message and how people receive the message. So I've noticed that some of you are having trouble actually articulating the frames for the organizations that you are reading about this week, and I wanted to just make a couple of observations. First of all, don't get too discouraged. One of the realities of seeing the frame is first becoming aware of it and then and looking for it, and then actually getting some practice picking them out. I want to just give you an analogy, I guess. If you have ever been thinking about buying a new car and you've picked out a car and you have done a lot of research about that particular make and model of car, suddenly you're going to notice them on the streets and in parking lots and, everywhere you go, the ads, whatever, you're going to notice all of that because you have heightened your own awareness to it. You're thinking about it, you've actively educated yourself to it, and so you become more aware of it and you just spot them. It's the same if you ever thought you might be ready to have a child. Sorry, we're gonna have dog helpers here. You might be ready to have a child, and some of you this doesn't apply to, and some of you it does. But when you start thinking about having a baby, or after you get pregnant, you suddenly start noticing little kids and babies and pregnant ladies everywhere. It just happens. So once you get really well educated about frames, you will do a better job of spotting them. But for right now, I understand that's difficult. So I want to direct you to one of your classmates' work, which is really, really spectacular along these lines. She appears to be ahead of the curve. And I think if you go and see what she's done, it's a perfect example of what it is I'm hoping that we will all get to eventually. And that is Angela's work. So if you are not feeling comfortable about your own framing efforts, or if you think you did a kind of lackadaisical job and you want to go back and beef it up a little bit before I grade, go back into the topic discussion board and take a look at Angela's explanation of the framing that is used for the Nature Conservancy. I don't need to say any more because I need you to go do that. Anyway, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.